Hi, welcome back to my home series where I make my home more whimsy and more livable. Today, we're going to organize our living room space.
We're all just trying to have a system that works for us. Right now, if you're like me who has two little small kids, living can feel chaotic. So I needed a way to store all the kids' toys. Usually, we have these like little bins and like Ziplocs, but even with that, it feels chaotic. And we try to teach my son to clean up after himself, and usually he's okay with it. Sometimes he just can't get it together. So we have to help clean, and at the end of the day, it can be really overwhelming, especially like, as you can see, this chaos just feels so overwhelming. I'm just trying to make my home feel a little bit more cozy, a little bit more organized, in a simple way that the kids can also clean up after themselves. So I got these little, not little, but I got these like storage containers, and I'm gonna see how well they work. So I already unpacked them. I just gotta put them together and put the stuff away for the kids. And once they're home, I'm gonna show them that they need to put it away. And the cool thing is there's like a name tag here, which I did not expect, and you could put what's inside. So we might just put the kids' names on it and just separate their toys by boxes.
But now we're going to have to put it all away.
Puzzles. Right now, my son's cleaning all his toys, and he's in a very possessive mode. He does share sometimes, but I think having like his own box will help him feel more ownership versus just like, this is mine, this is hers. Because he knows that his baby sister's still little, so he does help clean, but he does also feel like he needs his own space, which is why we're gonna put it all together.
We think that having ownership also helps him take care of his stuff and put it away as well. But we also noticed that when we let him own and feel his stuff, he does tend to share it with his baby sister, even when she comes around asking for it. So giving him his own box where he can physically see his toys' location and where they go, it really helps him. Also, we started to tell him that once he is done with one toy, he can switch them out, but he cannot take out all his toys out of the box at once, unless it makes sense how they play together.
He's been really into building, and these are so cute. He built a robot.
He definitely gets distracted and moves from one toy to another without putting it away, but now knowing he just has to put it away in order to get something out of his box has been helping him with input and output, and it's been easier to clean, not only for him but also for us. But when we had everything just piled up, he would be super overwhelmed and not want to clean because he would say it's so many toys and he can't do it. So we thought this would be a good solution, not only for us as adults, but also for him tackling one small task at a time versus feeling the huge burden of a giant cleanup versus just one toy. But if you think this is too many toys, I totally agree with you. We actually did a purge earlier this month, and this is their most played with toys. So that's why we leave them out, but now organized by these boxes of favorites toys that they play with. And even though I'm saying his toys, her toys, they are common area toys. It's just easier for them to sometimes say it's mine and let it be theirs for some time, so they feel like they have something that belongs to them. And then they're willing to learn to share their things. They both play with the dolls and cars, but in a way it teaches them ownership and how to share at the same time. And if they don't want to share, they don't have to. We always say like, once brother's done, then you can play. And I say the same for her because she doesn't talk yet. Baby girl doesn't talk yet. So I would say she's not done playing, or he'll ask her, can I have this? And she says no. Then he knows that he cannot take it yet. Now that they are all done and packed, we're going to have to clean this area in order to see how they fit under the couch.
Okay. Now, hopefully, these guys will fit underneath here. Nice. I didn't even know it had these two handles. I'm gonna pop them underneath here. Perfect. And now do the other one. Should I just make it sideways then? Okay. Cool.
Okay, that went way better than I expected. I didn't think just little storage boxes could give back so much of our living room space, and if you haven't done it, do it, because I had this idea, like, I don't know, I think I was like laying on the bed or the couch and I was just like so overwhelmed, like cleaning after every like day of play. And it's not like kids are gonna stop playing. It's important for them to play and be bored and just like be imaginative, which is why I'm so happy that like my son's been building like these little robots with the blocks. So I definitely don't want to stop that. I want to have that encouraging space, but I also want to make life easier. We all need life to be easier, especially as parents. Like, you come home from a long day of work or you're just with the kids all day. It's just so much to always have a clean living room. But it's also nice waking up to a clean living room and then like have it all reset. We're definitely going to be talking about like when you take something out, make sure you put something back in. We've been doing that recently and it's sort of been working. Sometimes he's like, I'm too tired, I don't want to. So we still try to be like, okay, let's do it together as a team, because then he'll learn that you could always come for help. But not only that, like, it's important to help when you see someone needs help. So the reason we got these boxes in the first place, because like we had these guys, and like I still have some of his stuff here, but like the bigger ones, I don't know if this one will fit. It might. I might need to like check. But we had these, and then this had like all his cars. It was crazy. It was like a pile of cars. Like our family, friends will give it to us, and it's like really nice that he gets to play with all these things. And I already rotated the toys that he doesn't use. So this was like his box, and then we got another one for baby girl. But with all the things, they just keep like piling, and then like Christmas came around or like their birthdays, and then we had more. So then we started ziplocking everything, as you saw. It was a lot. It was crazy. And we just kept it in front of our little coffee table, and it still felt chaotic. So I'm so glad, because I was like, well, we got a plastic bin for our other couch, and that's where we put all the stuffed animals. So when he wants stuffed animals, he knows to go into that bin. But then we didn't have anything for these toys. But then I was like, well, can we get another one? and my husband was like, no, because the plastic bins are too big. These couches are on the carpet, so there's a lot less space. So I looked it up online because we went into stores and there was no storage for like under couch. They're all like 5 inches and higher, but we needed like 4 inches or less, I believe. So then I looked up online and I found these boxes and I was like, okay, let me just get 2 to see if it's gonna make a difference, if it's gonna help. And then they came and packed it and I was like, okay, let's try it, hence this video. And then it went way better. Like, we got so much of our space back. Now we can just like lay around, play, and then work out a system where we could just put things away and then put them out while keeping it clean, because we all need an easier way to keep the house clean, organized, while not feeling overwhelmed and stressed that we have to do everything. Because as parents, like, there's just so much we have to do besides keeping these little kids alive. Yeah, so I'm actually really happy with how this went. I will link the ones I got, but you don't have to get the exact ones I got. These just really match our couch, and I personally am happy with them. The fact that they're fabric, it's actually no big deal because I actually like how flexible it is. And I didn't know when I actually unpacked it that they have handles like everywhere, so I was able to pick up the sides and it wasn't heavy with all the toys and just shove it underneath. Yeah, I'll link the ones I got. Again, you don't have to get the ones I have. You just have to put in something like under couch storage, and I think that's how I found them. I'm also, as you can see, like, our house is fully white. We actually got this house and it was filled with, it was like not a granny house, but it was like a very old house. Only one family owned it for like 63 years. It was one family that lived here, and they had like wallpaper and everything. His late wife decorated it. It was okay, it just wasn't our thing. So when we came in, we took down all the wallpaper. We should have just took out all the drywall, but it was our first time. This is our first home, so we just took it all off and repainted it, all this stuff. It was crazy, but I wanted it to be like a creamy gray paint when I got it, but then when I got it, it ended up looking white. So now it looks like we live in a white house and everything's sterile, and I don't really like that. I'm going to be adding more color into this house, so you can definitely follow along as it progresses. I'm trying to find like little ways to make our home feel like home. Originally, I don't think I was fully like into it because I was like, well, maybe we'll get to move and get a cuter house. But then I'm like, well, shouldn't I learn how to make a house cute in general? And then when we get like our forever home or whatever, then we can work on that house. And I've been watching like all these other Whimsy DIYers, and I've been really inspired. So I feel like it's really weird that I'm an artist and I live in an all white home, and the only like colorful stuff I got is like little artwork that I have here and there. So I'm actually excited. I'm also going to be doing some stuff in our backyard. Our backyard is a whole different headache. So yeah, I'm excited, and I hope you follow this journey. Like, subscribe, all the good stuff. Leave a comment. And I'm going to be showing like little ways to improve a home. It's my first time doing this. Again, this is my first home. I'm not a full DIYer, but I'm very excited to try because I have like this creative urge not to be like my usual artistic self, but also it's like making a home ours and making like our kids really enjoy it, because my son says he loves our home, but when I look around, I'm like, there's so much more he could love about it. So that's how this is all coming about. Yeah, so I'll see you guys next time. Watch this video next. Bye.